Hey everybody, this is Jesse again, and we're on another edition of Gen X Thinks. When it got good and hot in the afternoon, uh, you know, 3-ish in the afternoon, about probably a 30-minute walk through the woods and across the roads and stuff, we had this pond that we liked out in the middle of the woods. For those of you who don't know, Florida has these palmetto bushes, not trees, they're little palmetto bushes, and they have like saw edges on each side of the stem that comes up, and then you have your nice big palm frond. Well, on there they have those saws, and we'd be having to go through that stuff to get to this pond. I remember those things hurt so bad, they'd cut us open. But anyway, that's the kind of hazards we had to face to get to the pond and anything, and let alone the snakes. We have coral snakes down here that are just deadly, and they're just tiny little snakes, and they've got banded colors. Black on yellow kill a fellow. And there's a rhyme for that snake to differentiate it from the king snake. King snake is banded like that too. My grandma's told me that rhyme I don't know how many times, but there's a rhyme that I used to know when I was a kid that my grandma taught me that taught us this is the kind of safety that our parents and grandparents gave us. They would give us these old rhymes to differentiate between the deadly poisonous snakes and the harmless ones. So when we grabbed it, we were safe. So that's to give you an idea of how we grew up. But we would make it to this pond. The pond was probably an acre or two big, and it had the sawgrass around the edge and cattails. Well, there was this one place at the rim of it where we had pretty much beat down all the sawgrass and the cattails and pulled them up and stuff, and we had us a little open area there where we would swim and play and stuff. And I can't even tell you how many times I've done this. Well, we get to a certain point close to that pond, and we would start running and sprinting, and we'd all end up sprinting as fast as we could at the end when we get into the wet sand and hit the water, and we would run in there just splashing. And when we hit that water, the alligators would splash away. Yeah, every time. They never bothered us. I don't know how big they were. I just wasn't concerned with them. They weren't. And this was every day, all summer long. We would do this, and these alligators never bothered us. Because I guess the only thing I can figure out now, trying to use common sense, thinking about that time when I was a kid then, and my little 4-year-old sister, and we just did not act like prey. An alligator is not used to other animals just barreling straight at them. That's not prey behavior. So we acted like they were prey. Well, we just weren't concerned with them. We didn't. I wasn't looking for little eyes. I was looking at that crystal clear water. That's all I saw. I was sweating, just pouring sweat. The sun just beating down like a 9-pound hammer. That's water. I don't care. I just wasn't concerned. Now they had cottonmouth snakes in there, and we did see those. But luckily, none of us ever got bit. But my little brother, I was 10, so he was 8. I remember him. He had a cane pole with about 5 or 6 feet of fishing line on it, with a treble hook, which is 3 hooks in one. It comes up kind of like if you flip it upside down, kind of looks like an umbrella with 3 bars going down. But anyway, they're hooks. And he went and got, because my sisters, they weren't comfortable with snakes and scorpions and stuff like me and my brother. My sister saw a snake and she's scared to death. And they run out. So I'm trying to, backing away from this snake, trying to figure out how I'm gonna deal with it, because we know what a cottonmouth is, a viper, cottonmouth, water moccasin. Those are the same snake. They're in the same family as a rattlesnake, and they've got these big, wide heads like that, jaws like a pit bull kind of, and a diamond shaped head. Yeah, they're just easily identifiable, especially when you grow up like that and you learn that stuff, as a little tiny kid. But we knew what it was. We knew it was deadly. So my 8-year-old brother, he comes, beside me, and he's got this cane pole, and he hooks that water moccasin with the treble hook. Now this thing is 3 feet long, and now it's looped down off of his treble hook like this, and it's moving around and stuff like that, and he's got it, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are we gonna do with it now? And he's doing this with it, and he's a kid, and he's swinging it around, and now he's got to try to scare the girls with it and stuff. And there was never an adult around, no adult around. I was the oldest one at 10, with an 8-year-old swinging a live water moccasin around. Yeah, I think I ran into the woods and got a stick, and he just set it down, and I beat its head with a stick. I think that's how we ended up taking care of it.